Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. That's right everybody, welcome here to the weekly pop culture wrap-up on Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups. This is the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies, and let's get right into it because we have a lot of comic book news in particular to talk about it. Starting off with comic book news, Young Animal returns with Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol, Weight of the World, releases this July. It's going to be written by Gerard Way, as usual, but it does now have a co-writer. The co-writer is Jeremy Lambert, who co-wrote True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys, I believe, with Gerard Way. Very excited for this. Going to have an alternating art team on this, some top-notch artists. James Harvey, Doc Chenier, Becky Cloonan, Nick Pitara, fantastic artists down with Gerard Way. We got Lambert helping him out. I'm super pumped for Doom Patrol to be coming back, for Young Animal to be coming back. And that's right, it's not just Doom Patrol, it's Young Animal. So we got two new Young Animal books. First of all, Collapser, written by Mikey Way. That's right, Gerard Way's brother, also in My Chemical Romance, and illustrated by Sean Simon, so be on the lookout for that. It's about a cat that gets powers from a black hole. Seems like it's also going to deal with themes of like mental health and stuff like that. Very, very cool. Far Sector is another one by N.K. Jemisin and Jamal Campbell. Jamal Campbell, who is tearing up the artwork right now on Naomi, is doing this book, Far Sector, which is going to focus on a Green Lantern from a completely different sector. I think it's a great idea. Really excited to see what's going on. Young Animal gave us some really fresh, unique, weird, very crazy, awesome comic books from a lot of very crazy, cool, awesome, diverse comic book creators. So I'm super, super pumped for Young Animal to return, but most importantly, for Gerard Way's Doom Patrol to return. I am going to miss Nick Darrington. I'm going to miss him like crazy. Curse of the White Knight is going to be coming out in July. We got official confirmation on that. The first issue of this 8-issue miniseries, which is a sequel to Sean Murphy's White Knight, Batman White Knight, is going to be releasing this July. Very excited for this. Sean Murphy is just a hell of an artist. He's doing a great job as a writer. Batman White Knight was absolutely fantastic. In Curse of the White Knight, Joker's going to continue his crusade to get everybody to understand the tragedy of Batman, the downfall of Batman's MO, if you will, by taking on a new partner. And I'm pretty sure this new partner is going to be Azrael. Very, very excited there. We have official confirmation of Lois Lane. Lois Lane #1 coming out this July, written by Greg Rucka with artwork by Mike Perkins. We've already talked about this. It's going to be spinning out of the event Leviathan, what Bendis and company are doing over at the Superman books right now. Very excited for this. Greg Rucka doing a Lois Lane book is pretty much perfect. Lois Lane is also one of those characters that really deserves an ongoing, or a semi-ongoing series, I should say. We haven't really had one for her since, you know, Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, and I'm glad they got rid of the Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. But I'm sad that they didn't keep the Superman's pal for Jimmy Olsen. We got a new Jimmy Olsen book that is officially confirmed, releases this July. It's going to be by Matt Fraction and Steve Lieber. Very excited for this one. I typically don't like Jimmy Olsen, but I think Fraction and Lieber are going to have a cool take on the character. I like how it's all spinning out of what Bendis and Maleev and Rios and everybody else, what they're doing right now with Superbooks. Very excited this is all coming out. Really top-notch talent on some top-notch characters, minus Jimmy Olsen. Over at Marvel in July, we've got Giant Size Ecstatics. It's a one-shot. It's going to bring back the Ecstatics. The Ecstatics by Pete Milligan and Mike Allred. So if you were a fan of their X-Force / Ecstatics work back in the early 2000s, rejoice because it's coming back for one giant size special. That's going to be this July. If you never checked out their work on X-Force / Ecstatics, I highly recommend that you check it out. A bunch of Marvel editors tweeted out this banner right here, Acts of Evil. We don't know what it's about. We know it's like centered around summer, July for sure. We don't really know anything about it, but obviously the logo, the font, it's going to make you think of Acts of Vengeance back in the late 80s, where all the Marvel villains decided to team up and be like, you know what? Juggernaut, you never work against the X-Men, go after Thor, right? Like all the villains decided we'll go after different heroes because they're not used to us, right? So I'm sure it's gonna kind of slightly tie into that. Acts of Vengeance had one big overarching story, but it didn't have like a mini series or anything like that attached to it. It was kind of spread throughout a whole bunch of books. It seems to me like Acts of Evil is actually kind of a response to DC's Year of the Villain, which is coming up right around that same time, so it seems a little silly. Prodigal Son's going to be a crossover between Fantastic Four, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Silver Surfer, but don't worry, it's not going to interrupt the ongoing series. They're each going to have their own individual special telling one big story, Prodigal Son, so be on the lookout for that one. It's going to be written by Peter David, and it's going to involve Kazar. So that's pretty nifty, right? Speaking of Fantastic Four, The Invisible Woman finally gets her very own miniseries for the very first time. So 5 issues of The Invisible Woman by Mark Waid and Mattia de Lulis. That cat is right now is drawing Jessica Jones, the digital first comic book by Kelly Thompson. Fantastic work. Very excited for this. I'm a huge Fantastic Four nut, so very excited to see Susan get her own series. Seriously, that's great. That's really, really cool. I think that's awesome. I'll be there for that. Wolverine vs. Blade is also going to release this July. It's written by Mark Guggenheim with artwork by Dave Wilkins. This is 10 years in the making, Guggenheim says. And if you look at the cover, you can kind of tell that this is supposed to be the next issues of that Blade series from the mid-2000s that got canceled after 12 issues. And I'm a huge Blade fan. In fact, I run the Twitter page, Let's Talk Blade. You can follow it at Let Blade. Anyway, I'm really excited for this. It's gonna feel off and out of place, but whatever. It's a new Blade book. Blade versus Wolverine, though, I'm just gonna tell you this. Blade wins. Hands down. Punisher Kill Crew is a new book debuting in July. It's going to be written by Gary Duggan, which is pretty decent and alright, but it's got artwork by Juan Ferreira. Oh my goodness. Juan Ferreira has been killing it right now in books like Killmonger, doing fantastic work. Very excited to see his take on the Punisher. This is obviously kind of a nod to the Skrull Kill Crew, the Grant Morrison, Mark Miller book from back in the day with Steve Yola on the artwork. But this is going to spin out of War of the Realms. It seems like it's Punisher going after the remnants of Malekith's army post War of the Realms. I'm cool with that because Juan Ferreira on the artwork, please. Greg Pak and Phil Noto are taking over Star Wars for Marvel Comics as of July with issue number 68. Greg Pak has been doing exceptional work right now in those Age of Rebellion one-shots. So very excited for this. A new take, a new fresh direction. And Phil Noto, I really like Phil Noto a lot. Sometimes his stuff seems rushed at times, but if you look at his work on the Poe Dameron series, magnifique, it was excellent. Angel! Boom Studios is releasing an Angel comic, and this is such a surprise that the Zero issue, the very first offering, releases this Wednesday, and people don't even know about it yet. So get to your comic shop, let them know you want Angel. It's going to be written by Brian Hill with artwork by Gleb Mykonoff. Really excited for this one. Brian Hill doing an Angel series tied into what Boom's doing right now with their revamp, reboot, modernization of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Sold. And we got a new comic book to talk about from Vault Comics. That's always an exciting day. Resonant debuts this July, written by David Andry with artwork by Alejandro Aragon. Fantastic premise behind this book. Basically, the idea is, every once in a while, everybody gets this weird inclination, like, what if I just drove this car, off this overpass? What if I just stabbed this person in the throat? What would it be like? Usually, I have those things, but they're usually kind of like, those thoughts are usually centered around, what if I just took this entire gallon of sweet tea or whatever, this entire giant glass, and just tossed it on this person, right? And usually I have those. But what if we lived in a world where something caused those impulses to actually happen? It leads to the apocalypse and Armageddon type situation. This is that world and what comes after. Very excited for this. Vault Comics does amazing, fresh, original work. And it's always exciting when we have a new Vault comic books. Let's get into some movies and TV. There was a Star Wars trailer this week. Did you know about it? Star Wars Episode 9, officially titled The Rise of Skywalker. Very exciting. I really liked this trailer. I thought it was cool. Of course, I'm one of, I guess, a slight minority. I really liked Last Jedi. I thought it was pretty dope, pretty cool. I'm excited about these characters, seeing Rey and Poe and Finn back again, seeing Kylo Ren. I really like this trailer. I'm not trying to spoil it. I know a lot of people choose not to watch trailers, don't really want to talk too much, but that ending of that trailer got me super pumped. We also got a Lion King trailer out this week. Looks fantastic, looks great. I'm excited, I am pumped up. I know a lot of people were kind of upset about Scar, the way he looked, the way he spoke. Chiwetel Ejiofor is doing Scar in this one, and yeah, he's not Jeremy Irons, but I still like the dialogue as I heard it in that trailer. And somebody was like, yeah, I guess he goes from this like pompous, noble looking lion to like just being this mangy looking lion. Yeah, exactly. Like Scar, that's what he would look like as a lion in real life. He's outside of the pack. He's got a scar. He's struggling. Yeah, that's why he makes this bold move. I'm pumped. I think that trailer's awesome. Speaking of Disney, Disney Plus announced their official everything, pretty much, right? It's going to start November 12th this year. The price is going to be $6.99 per month or $69.99 for an entire year, and lots of cool stuff. Of course, we know Star Wars The Mandalorian is going to be on there. Confirmed. We now have a Falcon Winter Soldier series confirmed. All these stories I'm talking about are going to include the MCU actors. We got a Loki series. That's confirmed. We got the WandaVision series, which is Scarlet Witch Vision. Very excited for that. And we just got announced a Hawkeye series. And apparently in the Hawkeye series, it's going to be Hawkeye Clint Barton and Hawkeye Kate Bishop. How freaking exciting. How exciting is that? I am so pumped. Disney Plus, like everybody wants to say, take my money right now. The Addams Family trailer debuted. It's a new animated film that releases this Halloween. It's all right. It didn't really do anything for me, but except for Oscar Isaac's performance as Gomez. Can we just get a live action Addams Family movie with Oscar Isaac as Gomez? Can we just get that? I would totally be more down for that. Can we just do that? Can we just do that? Please? Please? That's what I think about it. Anyway, also Elizabeth Moss from Handmaid's Tale, Us, she's been cast in The Invisible Man as pretty much the title character. So there was all these rumors that they were going to gender swap The Invisible Man, and apparently they have. Elizabeth Moss. My lady loves The Handmaid's Tale. I haven't watched it. I saw her in Us. Seems like she's capable. I love The Invisible Man. I love that whole story. I think it doesn't matter if it's The Invisible Man or The Invisible Woman. I don't know if they're going to change the title. Maybe they won't. Maybe there's something else that they're doing that's kind of who knows, right? But if they do change the title, which I'm down for, The Invisible Woman, but do remember that they've already made that movie, and it was kind of bad and kind of a comedy, not really a horror film. So definitely lean out of that, and it's not going to be a remake of that. It's a remake of The Invisible Man. Just happens to be a woman, I guess, playing Griffin, right? I think that's super cool. So that's what we got for you this week. What do we got coming up here at Pop Culture Philosophers? Well, late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning, the weekly comic book review after a delay last week because I saw Kiss. Which, by the way, Kiss, they're like almost 70. Gene Paul and the rest, they rocked it out. It was so great. Weekly comic book review is going to be on time this week. We have lots of advanced reviews coming out this week, including Fear Escape number 5, the final issue of that series. These Savage Shores number 4, the penultimate issue of that series. We also got upcoming advanced reviews of She Said Destroy number 1, a new one from Bulk Comics. I've read it. It's awesome. It's fantastic. And Killer Groove number 1, a new one from Aftershock. Pre-order it right now. Look out for the advanced review because that book is fire. All these books are really, really good. And today at 1 p.m. U.S. Central Daylight Time, I should say, my Little Bird 2 review, that comes out this week. Little Bird number 2, Magnum Feet, is so good. It's so amazing. So be on the lookout for that and maybe other little surprises here on Pop Culture Philosophers this week. But don't forget, tonight, 7 o'clock U.S. Central Daylight Time, Robbie Rants Live. We're going to be talking about comic books, movies, pop culture, and more. Doing a little bit of show and tell. I'm going to open up this Hellboy pop right here. Super pumped for that. So be there. We're going to talk about it. We'll be talking about the Hellboy movie. We'll be talking about a whole lot of stuff. So PCP Army represent. If you don't know what I'm talking about, get on Facebook. Go to the PCP Army. Send us a request. Join the group, the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. the PCP Army. So thank you so much for checking out the video. Please do like, share, and subscribe for more movie/comic book reviews and commentary and such just like this. Be sure to join us over at popculturephilosophers.com for podcasts and a whole lot more. And don't forget to like and share the video. We really do appreciate it. We're heading on to 5,000 subscribers. Another big contest when we get there. We have a satisfied customer from the 4,000 subscribers contest winning that Fantastic Four hardcover omnibus by Mark Waid and Michael Ringo. Very excited for the future here at PCP and the PCP Army. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups. Keep on reading. Keep on living. Keep on doing. Keep on being. Keep on exceeding.